tough book? You won this giveaway. A 9.8 with sketch. You're welcome. Congratulations, Comic Fam. Enjoy your Hot Comics list. Another year, another list of the comic books defining this generation of collectors, keeping track of the historical record, the health of the comic book market every 7 days for the comic book community. Hit the like, slap the subscribe, and let's welcome the leader of the Gempire, Jem from Gem and Collectibles.
What's going on, Tom? What's up to the comic fam? And you know the Book of Boba Fett has us talking Star Wars for number 10.
That's right, Darth Vader issue number 3, the first appearance of Dr. Aphra.
With Black Chrysanthemum showing up in the Book of Boba Fett, it gives more and more hope that a newer Star Wars character like Dr. Aphra could pay off.
That's right. Let's take a look at the numbers because people have been speculating on Dr. Aphra's appearance. During Mandalorian Season 2 hype, last year this time, there was half the amount of 9.8s that were selling. They've literally doubled up this week when you compare it. There were 30 different 9.8s that sold since Black Chrysanthemum's appearance in the Book of Boba Episode 2. We have a 9.6 that broke records back in June, selling for $300, up 10% this past week, now selling for $330, and we have a variant to discuss.
We got the Salvador LaRocca variant, a CGC 9.0, which sold for $405 back in March. Also up 23%, now selling for $500.
If you like what we do, support the show. Get access to this very list we sourced this data from on the best comic app in existence. Key Collector Comics available for both Androids and iOS. Get access to cataloging your comic books, get suggested pricing, learn about the industry, stay up on breaking news, and so much more. Next at the list at number 9, we have Punisher, the limited series, issue number 1.
And this is another perfect example of when that first appearance starts getting a little bit out of reach, go for the next best thing, and his first solo is just that, with the amazing Mike Zeck artwork and the painted style covers.
Let's first chat about a foreign comic book, a Canadian variant, a 9.6 selling back in March for $500. That's up 19% this week, now selling for $595. Then we have the standard copy, a 7.5 that broke records, last selling for $82 in 2020, up 24%, now selling for $102. This is the first solo series featuring the Punisher.
And we have to talk about the CGC 9.8. It sold for $1,300 in October. It's up 15%, now selling for $1,500, which the high sale was surpassed twice this week and also tied at $1,300.
And now a book that made our top 10 list of all of 2021. We have Daredevil number 1, one of the most underrated blue chip books. Until this last year, we have the first appearance of Daredevil, Foggy Nelson, and Karen Page.
Yeah, this book paid off big time when we saw Charlie Cox reprise his role as Daredevil in Spider-Man No Way Home. Seeing Kingpin in the Hawkeye show gives us more faith that we're going to see those street-level heroes, those Daredevil, Elektra, Kingpin, Bullseye type of characters. So this one paid off and still making gains.
We have a 1.5 back in May last year going for $2,700. That's up 4% this week, now selling for $2,795.
And the 5.5 is doing the same thing, just kind of maintaining, holding steady, selling for $7,100 just last week with a new sale, 1% increase, now selling for $7,200.
This is proving sustainability. The same level of prices happening for such expensive key books is not something we always see. And being that they are within 5% of each other shows that this comic book is on fire, especially when you look at the 8.0. The record was set back in March last year, selling for $22,200. We have the second highest sale recorded in comic history this past week, selling for $20K.
And speaking of people making a comeback, we have Amazing Spider-Man 122, The Death of Green Goblin.
Comic collectors have been after Spidey keys, early Ditko, major moments, key classic covers for quite some time. Do you think this is more of the same making this comic book join our list today? Or is it because of Willem Dafoe's recent reprisal of the role in Spider-Man No Way Home?
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with Spider-Man No Way Home. The fact that we got Green Goblin back on screen, we're probably going to start to see his first appearance level off, maybe even dip a little bit. But this is one of those things, like bringing people back to keys. There are other classic covers that have iconic moments within them that are still fun to collect. And this one definitely scratches a few of those itches.
3.5 back in November went for $225. That's up 18%, now selling for $265. The 7.0 going for $470 in August is up 12%, selling for $525.
And then look at the 9.0. With those higher prices, it's more of maintaining and holding steady, selling for $983 in October, up 2% now, selling for $1,000.
Then we have some Bronze Age horror goodness at the list at number 6, Tomb of Dracula, issue number 1. I sit in front of a 9.8 white pager for a reason.
Going all the way back to February of last year, there's been speculation that Ethan Hawke was set to play Dracula in the upcoming Moon Knight series. So of course, the first appearance is going to be on fire with a slew of other supernatural, macabre type of Marvel books.
A 5.0 going for $480 back in September, just sold for $540. That's up 13% this week.
The CGC 7.0, which sold for $650 back in May, is up 3%, now selling for $670.
I bought my 9.8 for under $2,200 just over 2 years ago. The 9.4 this past week, the prior record was set in July for $2,400. That's a 2021 price. Now it's up 19%, selling for $2,850.
Sticking with the vampire vibes, number 5 on the list. Midway through, we have Vampirella magazine, issue number 1. Shout out to Dynamite Entertainment.
That's right. Dynamite actually holds the rights to Vampirella, and they've been teaming up with major creators such as Carla Cohen, Lucio Parillo, and so many more. Ben Templesmith. We have a lot of Vampirella love in the community, but a classic key book to chat about today.
The CGC 3.5 sold for $660 back in June. It's up 59%, now selling for $1,049.
A comic book dating back to 1969, drawn by the legendary artist Frank Frazetta. We have a 6.0 going for $1,075 in October, up 30%, now selling for $1,400.
And lastly, we have the 7.0. It sold for $1,095 back in April, and it's up 56%, now selling for $1,704.
We keep telling them, Jem, the community needs to focus beyond Marvel blue chip books. Take a look at DC and the independent runs that are beloved by so many diehard comic fans. I'm talking Bone, Usagi, The Crow, and Cerebus, and so much more.
And what's dope about Vampirella, that was the first exclusive variant that I ever did with Dynamite. And then PCS, they're doing the 1/3 scale statue coming out later this year. Can't wait to unbox, review that, and add her to the collection.
Comment, like, and subscribe. It'll enter you to win a Red Sonja set, cover art done by Stray Dogs creator Tony Fleece. And link in the description, go follow Dynamite on YouTube. They're killing it in the comic space.
Moving on to number 4, I told you the macabre would be back. We have Marvel Spotlight issue 5, the first appearance of the Ghost Rider.
So many rumors in the last 3 months alone about the reprisal of Ghost Rider or the inclusion of multiple Ghost Riders in the MCU, whether it be Norman Reedus or not. We have record breakers happening. A 2.5 back in August could have been secured for $1,136. That's up 6%, now selling for $1,199.
The 5.0 is holding steady. It sold for $1,900 back in June. It's up 2%, selling for $1,945.
Then we have the 9.0 going for $8,500 in June, revving up past the 10K marker, an increase of 31%, selling for $11,100 this past week. At the list at number 3, Fantastic Four 46, the second appearance of the Inhumans.
Listen, Marvel has all its properties back. It's got all its toys. Ghost Rider could be coming. The Inhumans could be coming back in a real way. Maybe the way that the Eternals did. Maybe they'll show up somewhere. Since they got the rights to them, they might as well use them. A CGC 6.5 sold for $500, which ties the 2014 high sale back when Marvel Studios officially announced Inhumans as a Phase 3 film and was retracted in April of 2016, though the team was introduced in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
The 3.5 sold for $159. Last recorded sale was in 2015. That's up 24% this week, now selling for $197. Whether it be in human spec or the fact that this is the first full appearance and cover appearance of Black Bolt, this book be moving.
And then we have the CGC 5.5. It sold for $340 back in August. That high sale was surpassed 4 times this week, with the highest being an increase of 16%, selling for $396.
Moving on to number 2, we have Thor 134, the first appearance of the High Evolutionary, the scientist obsessed with evolutionary experimentation.
It's also the first appearance of Man-Beast and the first cameo of Fafnir, but yeah, I think the High Evolutionary is one of those characters immensely powerful that has got to show up sooner or later, like the rumors suggest, somewhere in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
We heard from James Gunn over on Twitter that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has officially resumed filming, and the surprise that caused a 314% uptick in copies sold was because Chukwudi Iwuji was in the picture, someone he had worked with during the Peacemaker HBO show that's going to premiere in a couple days. Well, Chukwudi is speculated to be portraying High Evolutionary, and that's why we're seeing this key book move so damn quick. 6.0 back in September going for $531, up 4% now selling for $550.
The CGC 7.0 sold for $675 back in December. It's up 19%, now selling for $800.
Then we have the 9.4 going for $2,650 back in June, up 72% this week, selling for an all-new high for $4,560. Comic fam, hit the like, slap the subscribe. Can we hit 1,000 likes? And Jem, hit him with the #1 hottest book the first week of 2022.
That's right, everybody. #1 on the list, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue 194, the first appearance of Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat.
That's right. ASM goodness. Possibly the first time this has ever made our list, right, Jem?
Yeah, there's so much potential in this character. You know they just got to use her somehow, and now they have, 3 Spider-Man franchises they could choose from.
We've heard rumors as early as January 2021 that there was a team movie being developed that would include multiple members of the Spider-Verse, specifically the female cast such as Spider-Woman. We had Jackpot, Silver Sable, and Silk all come up on spec radar, and Black Cat was part of that list. Over the last week, we've heard rumors that Anya Taylor-Joy, one of my favorite personal celebrity crushes, is rumored to be the person in line to take on this character.
All of that causing the CGC 3.5 to sell for $190 back in November. It's now up 32%, selling for $250. Then the 6.0, which sold for $320 as early as December, is up 18%, now selling for $376.
Then we have the 6.5 going for $400 back in May, up 46% this week, selling for an all-new high of $582. Hot damn! Comic fam, we appreciate your time today. And as always,
geek responsibly and stay minty fresh.
Enough said. Every single Wednesday, you can join us on the best comic app to buy and sell collectibles. It's called Whatnot, and Jem, you start us off.
That's right, I kick it off every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and if this video comes out on time, you might be able to catch my 2,000 follower giveaway where I'm giving away an XM Studios 1/6 scale Mera statue at the end of the show. So be there today or stick around for the next one.
Link in the description to follow us. Have a great week.
If you like it, I love it.
If you like it, I love it. What song is that? I know that.
I just made it up.
Oh, okay, cool.